Okay, so we have one of the most creepiest rape vapes I've ever seen in a chapter, and we've got a lot of fucking torture. I mean, come on. I mean, Levi seemed a little bit excited when he was getting those gloves on. I mean, and then even as well with Hanji as well, she seemed to be having a little bit too much. So this one, of Titan, I just want to say this, I love the series already, but it's like, I want them to get back sort of a little bit more into action. I understand we've got some great development, and this chapter really lets some interesting things about it, like but it's like I just want to get back into like sort of like little fight. It's called Attack on Titan, not Attack on Politics. I mean, it's a little bit ridiculous for some of it. I mean, how long we been in here? Like a couple, like chapters, 3 or 4, 5, even 5 chapters. I think we've been half a year in this stuff, and it's like, oh, let's get a little more. But let's talk about like with Erwin and Pixies talking about their plan. All in the darkness. On the tables. Sort of stuff like that. Talking about some sneaky shit, saying, oh, we plan to take the capital, but we plan on doing it with no bloodshed. And it's like we really want to do this in a democratic way, and what they plan to do is what they found out with that torture information, and this is the way how they can stop it with no bloodshed. And we find out with a little bit of this about backstory on Earth, which I gotta say was one of the highlights of this chapter. Like Isayama definitely is trying to build like all these characters up with their stories, with their backgrounds, and this chapter really showed a little bit about why Erwin is so crazy about his plans of saving the world, and that was when his father tried to tell him about the world, since there's no historical records of time before they were left behind by the Titans, because the government got rid of them. But when his father told him of the world before Titans, and he told the kids of the military, because of his story he told these kids, his father got killed because of the foolish, like he's like that, I was a foolish little boy, and it cost me my father's life. And stuff like that. He was like finding out some really dark stuff. It's like because of Aaron, because finding out Titans and humans are biologically related. All this stuff makes me want to push even more with my goal. And it's like when he went to question these men about his father, he found out that the government doesn't want to protect man. It doesn't look like they care about the Titans as long as their own privileges are fine. Like these guys don't want to lose their power, because think about what happens when they're allowed to go outside the wall. They won't have all this power, all this glory, all that stuff that they want on them. It was like, wow, these guys are such scumbags, where they don't even want to help humanity, but they just want to sort of, yeah, this world is a fucking corrupt and terrible fucking place. I really don't want to live it. But then we get to what most of the chapter was, the freaking torture scene. Yes, I'm sorry, Levi and Hanji, but you ain't no Dex. You can't do that shit like with the freaking other guy. I would have absolutely pissed myself if they actually got the wrap. If they got the plastic wrap and just did that, and just like had Sans there just just laying there, I would have pissed myself. But it's like, oh, this is my first time like torturing someone. I'm gonna take one of your nails. Fuck, he takes his finger like that all the way bent, and I couldn't help but piss myself and go, ooh. About this. And it's like when you see about that, like it was just so funny. Like I just couldn't help laugh at that part. But one thing I really found out that was really dark and interesting about this is like when Aaron's group was talking about the coup d'etat, and they plan on framing the monarchy and whatnot. I was just going, yeah, that rape face that Armin did will haunt me for a while, because that was like, I'm only joking. I was like, okay, Harmon, calm down. We know. We can say. And it's when they were talking about when they might have to kill people, they're even questioning if they're the good guys anymore. And it was just really a deep reflection on their morals, that sacrifices, regardless of whether or not you're on a survey course, you're trying to make better mankind, they can't get out of the way where they have to dirty their own hands. Like they have to kill potentially good people, innocent people, bystanders, like civilians. And that's what one of the parts of the chat that really stood out for me about, are these guys even fighting on the right side anymore? Are they even doing the right thing? And it's like, because of all this stuff they've had. And just finding out as well with the torturing that they actually stopped humanity from evolving, like flying, new guns. They even stopped advancements. Like they said, like all these giant advancements are there. Like new guns. I'm like, why have you stopped new guns? Isn't that better for you? Like, isn't that so much better? Oh, gee, I can shoot a Titan down from like 500 yards away. Compared to my shitty little gun I've got right now, I wonder which one I'd rather have. But it's like, yeah, that was a little bit shitty. And it's just like when Sanders like, just broke down saying he loves hurting people that can't even defend himself, and it shows his faith in the king and his comrade. And when he brought in one of the guys, is saying, "Oh, thank God, he's here to help me," and it's like they don't care. There's only one thing they care about in this world, and that's themselves. That's all they care about. And just seeing him, just where he's there, had teeth removed, fingers. He's been his shit beaten out of him. He can barely speak anymore. And it's like he's like, I've had it. The Lace family is the real royal family. And I was like, this is something I was actually like a little prediction, but it's like I was expecting more. What they were going to say about the Lace family is that they know the true secrets about, you know, Titans and all that, or they know how Titans are made. I was going to be shocked. Overall, like, this shows that what they only need to do to stop the bloodshed, what they needed, thinking to do, was actually just say, this is the real one. We can prove this. She belongs to the Lace family. And it's like, this chapter I actually generally enjoyed. Yeah, it was really slow. I felt like 20 pages of Erwin and Pixie's talking was too much for me. But because with the comedy, with the Ray face, with that deep morals of like, you know, are these guys even good anymore? I actually really enjoyed this chapter, and with all of their side, I gotta give it a 7 this week. Well, this month really, and it was just interesting, and I enjoyed it. But let me know what you think in the comment sections below about this chapter. Do you think we should get back into, you know, Attack on Titan for, you know, attacking the Titans, or like, how long do you think this political war stuff will last? I imagine we've got another month or two of this before things start going into action. But that's all from me. I want to thank you very much for watching. As always, remember, I'll see you guys next.